It's the first railway of its kind in the world, and it climbs to the top of the highest mountain in the Northeast, where it encounters some of the strongest winds recorded on Earth. Oh, and at 5 miles per hour, it may be the slowest train ride you'll ever take. Elise, right?
Yes.
And we're at the foot of Mount Washington, waiting to take a cog-wheeled train to the top.
Yes, we are.
This is the first cog-wheeled train in the world, right?
Yes.
It was created here.
It's the first mountain climbing railroad, and it was created in 1869.
The original train was called Old Peppersass.
It is.
How did it get the name Old Peppersass?
It got it from the shape of the steam stack because it looked like an old pepper sauce bottle.
Any relation to Old Sassafras?
No.
Who was the guy that first thought of this whole thing?
Sylvester Marsh. But everybody thought, there's no way this will work because there's no way you can get
They laughed at him, didn't they? They laughed at him.
They did.
And probably not a nice, pleasant laugh. It was probably a cruel laugh.
Yeah, it probably yeah, exactly. It probably, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, the government laughed at him, the state laughed at him, but once he was done,
They ain't laughing now.
no, because guess who had the last laugh? Because we're still running 146 years later.
The fastest winds in the world on top of Mount Washington.
This is the first day in about 4 days we've run all the way to the top because of those winds.
Has anybody ever actually been blown right off the mountain?
I've heard there have been a few cases of people being blown right off the mountain.
Well, I can't wait to take the ride. How long is the trip up?
The trip up is about an hour. We say an hour.
Welcome aboard your adventure on the Mount Washington Cog Railway. We're going to have a great trip today going all the way up to the summit, which is something we haven't done in a few days.
Andy, you're our brakeman.
Yes, I'm the brakeman today. I essentially serve the role of conductor, brakeman, and tour guide for the trip. But brakeman,
You're versatile.
yes.
What are the characteristics of a cog train? What's making this thing go up the mountain like this?
So you need two essential parts to climb the steep grades. One is the rack in the middle part of the track here, the centerpiece.
I see that.
And that corresponds with these cog wheels, like gears or sprockets underneath both the coach, but more importantly under the locomotive that's pushing us up. It took the help of about 300 laborers to actually build the entirety of the track system.
How long did it take them?
It took them almost 3 years.
It's not going too fast, Andy. How fast can this thing go?
About 5 to 5.5 miles an hour, so
That's pathetic.
it is a bit slow.
What's the coldest it gets up on top of this thing?
Record low on the top is an incredible minus 49 degrees Fahrenheit. If you factor the wind chill in, you're talking minus 102 Fahrenheit.
So what you're saying is I need a hat. That's not snow we're looking at, is it?
No, there are some patches of snow, but by and large what you're seeing is what's called rime ice, which is a condition that occurs on some of these higher elevation mountains up here. You have the fog or the clouds move over, it has moisture in there, and when it hits these surfaces at a very low temp, the moisture actually freeze on contact.
I see it's also on the track itself. Are we in any danger?
Not at all. If we get too thick, these guys will brim it right off.
Hey, Nate, you're with the Park Service, right?
I am. I'm with Mount Washington State Park.
What is the fastest wind speed recorded up here?
231 miles per hour was recorded on April 10th, 1934. It's the fastest ever recorded on Earth by a manned weather station.
Mishaps on this mountain. There have been a few.
There have been a number of fatalities, over 150 from hikers over the years.
150, really? You hiked up here, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. How long did it take you?
About 2 hours and a half.
And you're from Quebec?
Yeah,
Huh?
Montreal.
You know, more than 150 people have died on this mountain. I just want to let you know that.
Okay.
Not this year.
No, not today.
Be safe, s'il vous plaît. Nate, that roof is chained down.
Well, actually, that whole building is chained down. This is the stage office from Mount Washington Auto Road.
Is the idea that the thing could blow away if it wasn't chained down?
That was the original idea when this building was built. So the stone structure behind us is the Tip Top House. It's a former hotel built in 1853. This is the lobby of the Tip Top House, which, as you can see, is undergoing a renovation at the moment.
They kept the lighting delightfully dim,
There's one bunk room where everybody slept.
and their privacy was provided by a small curtain.
People slept on beds of moss.
I think I see a little moss right there, Nate.
This would be the dining hall.
Again, the ambiance is dark. You know, Nate, I just realized the reason it's so dark in here is I've still got my sunglasses on.
I was going to say something to you, but
You thought you'd just revel in my stupidity?
I like the look.
Hey, we just heard you guys, you proposed.
Yeah. Just,
Top of the world.
yeah.
Right?
There's no better place than to do it but here, so.
And she said yes, right?
Yep.
You just made it.
Yeah,
You just reached the top.
I did indeed.
And you're barely dressed. You got a t-shirt and shorts on, man.
It's warm.
What, are you high?
I've been working hard.
You are high, actually. You are very high. Elise, if somebody wants to take a trip on the COG Railway, where should they go?
6 miles from Bretton Woods at the base of Mount Washington.